and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us, viewers. It's the month of December. It's the Christmas month, viewers. It's the spending month, as we would say. Everybody's looking to make extra money, extra funds to put aside just for the Christmas season. Buying gifts, buying the alcohol, buying extra food, extra groceries, gifts in a big way for the loved one, family, the friends, you want to give them something. So this is the month, viewers, where you had to work extra hard to put aside extra money. But nevertheless, it's the Merry Christmas month, as we would say. So, as we start off our program tonight, viewers, just a few reminders here at Real Talk. Remember, Real Talk Financing is offering you upfront interest on our fixed deposit. Always remember that, viewers. We are the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is actually giving you upfront interest on our fixed deposit. Also, we have a loan center. Those of you who are actually interested in getting loans, once you meet our criteria, it's not a problem. We will negotiate loan terms, payment. Remember that, viewers. Real Talk Financing Loan Department. We also have Real Talk Credit Union, viewers. We encourage you to be members of the credit union. Plant a seed today. Open an account today. And later on up the road, you will benefit from it. So our office number, viewers, it is on screen presently. Get in touch with our office, set up your appointment. Come on down, find out the do's and the don'ts in the lending center, in the fixed deposit, in the credit union. Imagine 3 financial institutions under the Real Talk group. Under the Real Talk group, and you want to say we're not growing? Come January, we go in Guyana and Barbados. I already have talks in credit union department in those countries. So viewers, they can't stop Real Talk from growing, you know. I didn't come to stay one place. I come to grow. Like I said, I am a leader, not a follower. And there's the difference. When God appoints you to be something, you will be what you have to be. So remember that. Those of you having spiritual problem, I'm a spiritual consultant. You could always contact any one of my office and set up an appointment to meet me. Also, we're looking for persons of interest tonight. As we start off the program, we have a person of interest. So Trinidad and Tobago, Miranda Batiste is the person of interest for tonight. Those of you who know Miranda, tell her side wants to talk to her. No running, no ducking. We're not going down that road. 2025 coming up, trust me, it'll be a different year. So Miranda, get in touch with Saieed, the friends and the family. Tell Miranda that Saieed wants to meet her in his business place where she came. Tonight you will go out with a warning. By tomorrow, contact me. Tuesday night, you're going to hear a different story. So we're not playing that. So viewers, as we start off our program tonight, Northern Division Police, alongside Northern Division fire officers, are investigating a devastating house fire that claimed the lives of Member of Parliament, Lisa Morris Julian, and her 2 children, aged 25 and 6. Early next morning, at the family home on Fafan Street, Arima. According to a statement by Senior Superintendent Maynard Wilson, emergency response were alerted to the fire around 6:15 a.m. Upon arrival. They found the home engulfed in flames. The incident left Morris, Julian's husband, and 2 others relatives injured. Fire prevention officers are currently investigating the cause of the blaze, which destroyed the family home. Officials had not yet determined whether foul play is suspected. Commissioner of Police Earl Haywood Christopher stated that once more is available, the public will be notified as investigations are ongoing.
Very tragic, you know, and we would have already issued a statement on it. The senior superintendent would have issued a statement. We don't have any additional information at this time, and as we did indicate, as soon as we have more information that we can share with the public, we will do so.
Well, now that we have the case, the same question of the thing that you could have told us, is it possible for you to tell us that? So, you know, we mix for good footage and, you know, good.
Okay, so it's unfortunate that we would have lost the Member of Parliament, her 2 children. Her husband is injured and at the hospital, also one of her siblings.
Well, we understand it's early. Is arson being suspected at this time?
Investigations are continuing.
No, they're concerned here this morning too that the fire citizens did not get here and we wouldn't, you know, they weren't able to get here in time, I should say. Any concerns about that? Any response?
Well, that was not brought to my attention, so I'm not aware of that.
So from Realtor Group of Company, condolences to the family. It's such a sad thing. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley have stated that the People's National Movement will protect the country from the United National Congress-led coalition Kamla Prasad Bisesa is trying to form with smaller political parties and trade union. Responding to the issue, Dr. Rowley only said, the PNM will protect the people of Trinidad and Tobago from that. His comments came even as some political experts were also questioned on potentials of the coalition. The UNC met with leaders of the Congress of the People, Progressive Empowerment Party, PEP, and Movement of National Development, MND, as well as executive members of the Public Service Association, PSA, Oilfield Workers Trade Union, OWTU, Transport and Industrial Workers Union, TIWU, Trinidad and Tobago Postal Workers Union, TTPWU, and the Fire Service Association, FSA. In addition, Pope leader Timothy Hamel-Smith has also revealed his acceptance of the UNC invitation to begin discussion. So Trinidad and Tobago, union leaders especially, and I keep on saying, the union is joining a party that have lost 2 general elections. The union who could keep a protest in Trinidad and Tobago with hundreds of thousands of people and get things done, actually make a change. You decide to join a party. But nevertheless, we're going to see the outcome. Let's see how this coalition is going forward. Let's see how the Prime Minister says he will protect Trinidad and Tobago. And we're going to know who for who in the upcoming days. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed, and to all the listeners. This is the imitation vaccine we got. Listen to this. Condolences to the Morris Julian family.
Yes.
But I have to point fingers.
Be careful how you're pointing your finger, eh?
Yeah. I'm pointing on my finger. I'm closing my hand and pointing one finger.
Nice.
All right. Here how this thing happened. The fire service
did
not have enough equipment.
Correct.
Who responsible for giving the fire service?
Also lack of water in the community.
Well, listen to me. We're going down the road. So
Trouble
the fire
fire.
service is responsible for equipment, and that is a direct result of the management style of the Minister of National Security. All right? 2, he appoint a man, a minister who have no, as they say, experience with WASA. Remember they call him Minister of WASA?
Yes.
That is Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes.
And the third is the Minister of Finance not providing resources, financial resources to get these things operational. So you have three ministers responsible for this strategy. And you can't pin it on nobody, but you have to pin it on the governance of this current government in office. You have to pin it on KCR chest because he has ministers who apparently are incompetent and led us to the collapse of everything. I'm going to have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, not too long ago, the Fire Service of Trinidad and Tobago released their media response. As you can see, you can take your time and read it on screen, viewers. But you know, it's sad. It's really sad when they hear the fire service have to go in a community and there's lack of water. It's really, really sad, you know. A lack of water in the community to even put out a fire. Watch now. I reach a stage now that is to expect anything to take place in our country. Serious. to expect anything. Donkey years now, WASA has been revamped, and to this day in 2024, we are still revamping. Still revamping. Big boys come and big boys go. Large salaries being paid out. And to this day, 1.4 million people in Trinidad and Tobago cannot get a 24-hour water supply. It's sad. It's really, really sad. Trinidad and Tobago, we the people of this country, we need to do better. The union, and I will run with this for a little while, the union leaders, are you only collecting a salary, and when time to march down in Faizabad, you all coming out? Because you all bring no substance to bringing your people together, no substance to actually getting something done. Whatever the government give all you have to satisfy with it. No form of serious protest, no form of serious action, no form of willing, you know what? We're coming out and we're making sure we get this. No form, no source, no substance, no encouragement. It's like a dry tree that's waiting to fall. Is this the type of union we have back in the working class people in our country? Are they the leaders? Now when the SDU bust in Trinidad and Tobago now, union leaders want to join opposition who've lost election twice. How does that look on a country that is willing to go in the 21st century with technology? When we can't even get a labor meeting correct. When we can't even get a proper answer from the government. When we can't even get justice from the government towards the labor in Trinidad and Tobago. Imagine that. Imagine that. Now, I always say this. I always say this. When I come here, I come to hold people responsible for the position they have. That is what this show is about. This is what Real Talk with Saieed is all about. This is what remaining the #1 current affairs program means. We're dealing with the issue. The issue at hand. Judge order port workers stop protesting and go back to work so the rest of the country and the businessmen could make money. What about the port workers and them? They don't need money. They don't need an upgrade in their job. They don't need better salary condition. They don't need better working condition. So to the judge who said that, what do you think? If your son was working there, would you come out and make such a statement? I'm asking a question, you know. Now, I want you to understand something. I respect judges in Trinidad and Tobago, and I have a lot of judge friends. A lot of judge friends who contact me. Some visits me. But I wouldn't call name. A lot. Now, it's sad to see that a judge make a statement. And today, judges collecting a higher increase, hopefully from 2025, January. It's sad to see a judge make a statement that port workers don't all their tool and go back to work. They had to go back to work to clear containers so businessmen could gain profit. What about the port worker? I'm a businessman. I love profit. But at the same time, what about the port workers? It's sad. It's really sad. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. Nevertheless, when we come back, we're going to hear PM defend input on the Tobago Airport costs and the overruns error after this.
We'll be right back.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and Licensed Moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid upfront. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union, Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow. Life throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery. At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So Trinidad and Tobago, as we start back our program tonight, persons of interest, Miranda Baptiste. Hope I'm pronouncing her second name correct. Miranda Baptiste. But anyhow, her picture is there. Those of you who know her friends and family, let her know that Saieed wants to meet her. So, as we continue tonight, viewers, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is defending Finance Minister Klongenbert amidst call for his resignation from the opposition for allegedly attempting to mislead the public by understating the cost overruns of the E.N.R. Robertson International project. Now, Trinidad and Tobago. On December 2nd, opposition leader Kamala Bissisa had initially alleged the cost overruns to be $431 million. Now, this prompted Minister Imbert to host a post-cabinet briefing where he downplayed the figures and said the original construction contract sum has been exceeded by has been exceeded by US 2.5 million or 2%. Listen to this.
As of today, the original construction contract sum of US 128.7 million has been exceeded by US $2.5 million or 2%. Now let me go back to the scope of the project. The project involves the following works: a new state-of-the-art terminal building capable of handling 3 million passengers per year. Associated airside infrastructure, including a new and expanded apron and taxiway, aircraft parking and fencing. Associated landside infrastructure, including new internal roads and car parking, and outfitting of the new terminal building, including acquisition of new specialized airport equipment. So I'm advised that the contract sum has been exceeded by US 2.5 million or 2% as a result of variations arising from enhancements to the ICT and ELV. ELV is low voltage components of the project, worldwide increases in the cost of airport and equipment and construction materials in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic, and claims for delays arising from the COVID-19 pandemic, among other things. There is no cost overrun of 462 million, as has been falsely alleged by the leader of the opposition.
So Trinidad and Tobago, we're going to take a close look at this. Very close. Now, however, a leaked cabinet document forced Embert to call a second media conference a day after, where he admitted that the cost is close to 118 million TT dollars, which would sum up to 17.5 million US dollar. Listen to this.
Been approved by the employer, project manager and consultants, is that 2.5 million US dollars. The claims have not been settled.
Okay.
And as I said, they are in negotiation with the contractor right now on the claims. There's an advance. It may go up, it may go down. Okay? So I don't want to get into that. I don't negotiate claims, and I don't want to compromise the negotiations of the claims, because I'm sure everything that is being said is being recorded. I don't want to give an opportunity to somebody to make a claim that is unjustified.
Fair.
Okay?
Just 100% clarification. The advance of 15 million, US 15 million, has been approved.
Yeah.
And that is to go towards the 204 million.
Yes. But it's not to go towards. Contractors made a claim of 204, and the NIDCO has recommended that we advance the contractor 15 million US dollars.
But none of this, if we bring it all home, you're saying that it's not a $260 million.
Well, I made the point that the 14 million is being added to the other costs, which it should not be.
In terms of the CEP, yesterday we.
So Trinidad and Tobago, this is what I don't get. This is what I don't get. You hosted a cabinet briefing where he downplayed the figures and said the original construction contract sum has been exceeded. I want you to listen to this. Has been exceeded by US 2.5 or 2%. So whoever gave you that report, Mr. Finance Minister, they told you that the contract has been exceeded by the $2.5 million US. You understand that. You are aware of that. Now, one day after a document was leaked, did you know about the document? You come now in the public domain on a briefing where he admits the cost is closer to $118 million. TT now stands at US 17.5 million. So I want to understand this. The figures that you get when you said the contract sum has been exceeded by 2.5 million US, did you willfully knew that? Did that information came to you Yes, it came to me because I said I was informed that it has been exceeded by 2.5. Well, calling in Bert now hits the media now to tell them it's not 2.5 US million anymore, but it's 17.5 million. How did this figure come about now? Did you willfully knew this figure? So the person that gave you the 2.5 million US figure, how come that they arrive now to 17.5 million US as the overrun cost? Is it that somebody's not doing their job? Is it that somebody's lying to the public? Or is it that all they want to take the publics for some clown? Which one it is? Which one it is? So, Clown and Bert, are you misleading Trinidad and Tobago? Or is it that when you keep a media briefing, you know nothing of what you're saying? I am asking questions on national television. We are live 7 to 8 p.m. every night, Monday to Friday. So I'm asking question. Colin and Bert, were you sure when you got the figure of 2.5 million US, the original contract exceeded by, or is it 17.5 million US? Which is the correct figure? Which is the figure that the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago now should honor? This is what I'm trying to find out. This is what I'm trying to find out. And we have the Prime Minister now who is supporting the Minister of Finance saying, no big deal. No big deal. The UNC labeled this a deliberate act and a call for his firing, while political analyst Dr. Bishu Raghunath said the minister had no excuse for misleading the public. However, the PM, Dr. Keith Rowley, said he saw no reason to be upset with his finance minister. Hold that video. Hold that video. To this day, Trinidad and Tobago, to this day, the Jayawati Ramdas get authorization from Central Bank to check to see where the $3.4 billion went. But the Prime Minister saw no fault in it. That's number one. Number two, Cronenberg said the construction contract sum has been exceeded by 2.5 billion US. That's one statement. Thirdly now, he come and tell Trinidad and Tobago again that the cost is closer to 17.5 billion US, which is the real figure, Clongenboot. Which is the real figure. And the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago is saying nothing wrong with this. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. For God in heaven's sake, nothing is wrong with it. To this day, Trinidad and Tobago doesn't know where $3.4 billion went. Who's responsible again? Clongenberg, the Minister of Finance. Today, Trinidad and Tobago is hearing the airport overrun cost thus far is 2.5 billion US. 2.5 million US dollars. One day after, Clongenberg come and said now it is $17.5 million. What the hell is taking place in the Ministry of Finance? Do we have idiots? Do we have dummies? Do we have people that cannot check? Do we have people that never attended school running the Ministry of Finance? And the Prime Minister, for God and heaven's sake, how much he is? About 60-something years old, the Prime Minister? The Prime Minister is about 60, 75, somewhere around there. The Prime Minister, for our old goddamn leader in the country, finds nothing wrong with managing the finance and bringing mistakes to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how do you sleep, Keith Rowley? For God in heaven's sake, how How the hell do you lie down in your bed thinking about, I wonder which is the real figure Clungin would give them? The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago is 75 years old and doesn't give a damn because he said he saw no reason to be upset with the finance minister while taxpayers' dollars are being spent and nobody's given an account for it. Hence the reason why I say they should crash and dead in the car when they're driving. Or you think I'm wrong? My company paying tax. I paying tax and I don't even know how much of my tax money is being wasted. But I mustn't be concerned. We have a Prime Minister who doesn't give a damn. We have a finance minister saying 3-4 different figures. We have a finance minister don't even know where $3.4 billion tax-paying money went. But you know what? That is not an issue. We have money we got to spend. And when I say they should get blind, there's a problem. When I say they want to lie, the tongue should stop talking, there's a problem. When I say they should crash in a car, there's a problem. But we rather have idiots who cannot check running a finance company, and that is okay. That is okay. Spend money down the line like a pipeline burst and money spending, like water flowing. Nobody take it back out, and we all good with that. Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. We are being watched for financing terrorists. We are being watched for financing terrorists. The Prime Minister signed a document the other day. And like, watch me now. The man don't even know if the US could come and drop troops in Trinidad any point in time or drop weapon to fire at our next country. Like they don't even know the damn document they signed. Like they don't even know. Because when I listened to his speech, I was like, wait, Mr. Prime Minister, you come to keep a press briefing and don't even know what the briefing was about? You don't even know what type of document you signed. You don't even know if the US could drop its soldiers here to fight our next country. You don't even know if our next country could bomb Trinidad and Tobago because let's sign a document to bring US troops here. What the hell really going on in the government? What is really going on? And we are the union leaders on the next side who's supposed to be protecting the rights of their laborers. They're joining party that lost 2 elections. Imagine that. So, all ever watch this movie Dumb and Dumber? We're moving from dumb to dumber. I'm telling you. We're moving from dumb to dumber. Caller, good night.
Yes, sorry, good night.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Sorry, concerning this whole topic you're talking about it. I honestly think that the Prime Minister going senile. Because my honest opinion, he too old to be in that position anymore. We need
75
people, we need
years, the man can't correct one statement, you know.
Yeah, because the man don't know what's going on. Most of the time, you ever notice the kind of pictures this point up for the man always sleeping the time.
But it's really sad by his money they're playing with. Hence the reason why.
He's supposed to retire and go home and see about the grandchildren and all kind of thing. You ask how the man does sleep at night. He's sleeping in a bed that the taxpayers paying for. You think he won't be comfortable in that? The diplomatic center. How much did he spend on the painting? Remember the painting he buys the diplomatic center?
Yeah.
That time he fallen, they didn't have money to run the country for what?
But I tell you something, should be choking them every night, boy. Let me tell you something, this is real madness.
Right, now let me get to my point before I go, right? You ask a question, how it is calling him, but to come and mislead the country. He doing that since he's still in that finance ministry. The man doing that, I could bet him money side. If this Auditor General wasn't the Auditor General that did audit for the past
that was under the carpet.
And they put 3 days to audit from 2016 to now.
Yeah.
I bet you that that 2.6 million might multiply by 10. That actually is missing in the country. And nobody is saying anything. Because she's the first person that come out and stand up against Colin.
Correct. God put her there for a reason.
Let me ask you a question. You ever notice when Colin Members and Rowley and all these people under heavy criticism, you ever notice how they just dip their head when the media talking to them? And
they're always bending like this.
Yeah, because they can't watch the public with a straight face.
Correct.
Because they know the wrong things that they're doing. And this is the problem because the population always sleeping. And let me tell you something. When Barclay Pandey built a Piaco International Airport and Manning called it a cow shed, why does Rowley them building and spending 1.5 billion to build it?
Correct.
Resembling the Piaco International Airport. So these people couldn't get local contractors to do that piece of work. We have people in this country to do work the same way. Them couldn't source local contractors to do that work. Why they have to bring Chinese to do that work for? I don't know, and I just ask him questions here. And Roberts bring up a real good point. The man say when I keep Rowley close friends in the mix in that airport thing now.
Yes, concrete mix.
Watch and see what is going on. Because money pumping here, there, and everywhere, and an election coming next year again.
Run the video.
Alright, that's right. You enjoy your night.
Thank you, my friend. Listen to this Trinidad and Tobago.
I understand exactly what the Minister of Finance was saying. I understand exactly what was happening, so I wasn't upset about it. You think you probably scored a point by saying that the Minister of Finance was caught either lying or giving misinformation. The conversation on one day and the conversation on another day, the Minister of Finance came back the second day just to make it abundantly clear as to what he was referring to. And now that you're talking about the broader picture, what the broader picture is, if you want to accept it, well, don't accept it. That doesn't change the fact.
But you see why we need to clarify, and sometimes this is why we need to reach out.
And I don't see any parallel there. Okay?
Oh, now listen that other Prime Minister. Oh, that's my Prime Minister too. It's stinking sad. Let me tell you something. The Prime Minister is supposed to be scolding the Minister of Finance. How the hell you don't know the overrun cost? Why the hell you give Trinidad and Tobago two figures? How the hell the Auditor General ain't get access to the check clearance system as yet? What the hell kind of minister are you? Why, in God's name, are you letting me down as a Prime Minister and the leader of the PNM? Is you my Minister of Finance? Yes. So why the hell you can't bring a straight answer to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who is contributing to your taxes? Simple. Simple. Be an upright Prime Minister. How hard is that? But you see this? You see money and power? It has changed people. Money and power has changed people. Hey, God knows why. God knows why. From my mother's belly, my mother's womb, He blessed Saieed to do spirit work, you know. God alone knows why, you know. Because you see nonsense? Nah, don't come around me with that. Don't come around me with nonsense at all, at all. And I say it on national television, and during my work day, it's the very same thing. I am who I am, I no nonsense man. It's sad, but it's really sad. It's really, really, really sad. When I asked on December 6th why he was not forthright but the full value of the additional cost, Embod explained. Yeah, that's a stupid answer, yeah? Embod explained that he only wanted to address what he knew with certainty at that time. One day, by Naman Klongenboot, man. But you're letting down everybody around you for a minister. You're letting down everybody around you for a leader. You are the Minister of Finance. You are not the Minister of a lagoon. Or the Minister of a box drain. Or a Minister in a taxi association. You are the Minister of Finance. And you're coming with different reports to the public. How does that look at you? You went to school? When I pick you up and just drop you on a chair? And if you get getting people from reports from people around you? Well, boys, I'll tell you something. Jesus was crucified by the very same people he did miracles around. He was crucified by the very same people he taught them about God. Yeah. There were people who were among the midst. They saw, they listened, they observed, and they understand. And what they do? What did they do? Release a murderer. So when Clong and Burt prosecuted us and given us all kind of answer, who are we? We are the people that surrounds Clong and Burt, open to get the truth of the finance department. That is who we are. It's sad, eh? It's sad. When the Prime Minister is supposed to be correcting the Minister of Finance, he found no fault in what the Minister said. None. None. So as I say, we move from dumb to dumber in Trinidad and Tobago. Hence the reason why we are like this. And we want to go cashless. We want to go cashless. We cannot get a cost correct in a media briefing, but we want to go cashless. A cashless system cost $3.4 billion to go missing, according to Clong and Burt, with an error that cannot be found as yet. But we want to go cashless? We joking, you know. We real joking in this country. Real joking. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, cops failing to meet target earlier got an increase, and TTPS is failing to meet targets. Well done. Right after this break, we'll continue.
We'll be right back.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Become a member of Realtalk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Open a fixed deposit with Realtalk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid up front. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Realtalk Credit Union, Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow. When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Realtalk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So trying to make a welcome back to Real Talk. So we have persons of interest, Miranda Baptiste. Yeah, that's the correct name, Miranda Baptiste. But nevertheless, a picture of her is shown on television. Friends and family tell her side wants to meet her or she'll be on our show another night. Just like that. Miranda Baptiste. Miranda Baptiste. Friends and family, let her know side wants to see her, the same building she came in. Otherwise, it would get aside. It's going to be a great pleasure to end up in people's house, you know. But just that doesn't have time for that. But trust me, 2025, you see me in front of your house. You see me in front of your house. Also, viewers, Real Talk Equipment has 2 pieces of equipment to sell. We have a beautiful 7-ton wrecker sliding bed and a crane truck also, viewers. So 2 jobs in one. Look at the condition of the truck, viewers. Those of you who is interested in this truck, let me tell you something. Contact me 3391670. You get your money's worth. 2 jobs in one. Transporting, lifting heavy equipment with our crane on the truck, and you're doing a wrecking work. Beautiful. Look at prestige condition, man. Prestige condition, you know. Look at that now, viewers. Look at that. Proper. When I tell it, proper. Also, viewers, we have our excavator. It's a 306 excavator. This excavator, there's a blade in front so you can grade the road, viewers. That's it right there, 306. Top condition, viewers. Top condition. Remember, only at Real Talk. Prestige condition vehicles. So, we have a call. Call a good night. Hello? Take care, get the click one time. So, viewers, for 2 consecutive weeks, Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has failed to achieve all 9 of the performance target in its violent crime reduction. As of December 9th, there was a 6% increase in murder, a 12% decrease in violent crime, a 12% decrease in serious reported crime, a 7% increase in car theft, a 10% increase in fatal road accident, that's RTA, a 13% detection rate of murder, and a 21% detection rate of violent crime. According to data shared by Trinidad and Tobago Crime and Problem Analysts Branch at the meeting of senior police officers on December 9th, the TTPS failed to meet all of the 9 crime-fighting targets. Let's listen to this playback.
We were unable to achieve any of the targets because the targets were a bit exaggerated. However,
what does that mean?
But if we looked at our previous achievements over the years, we would have seen that these targets were never really met. So it was ambitious, an ambitious target to sort of encourage the officers to really work towards reaching that target. We had set a 20% reduction in murders. We did achieve just about a 5% reduction.
Comparative to previous year.
We would have worked towards a 20% reduction in violent crimes. However, we were not able to achieve a 20% reduction. We had a 15% reduction in serious crime.
Trinidad and Tobago, she was an administrative officer. And apparently she can't even read the document that is in front of her. But nevertheless, in the meeting, they failed to meet all their targets. Failed to meet. And she got an increase in salary. Ask yourself, how did it happen? How did that happen? Lack of performance, no solution. You ain't bringing a fresh orange to the table, but you got an increase. You got an increase. In Trinidad and Tobago, when you perform, somebody move you out from the way. When you lack a performance, you get an increase. Call a good night. Stick your goody click one time. Now Trinidad and Tobago. Scotland said, although there have been some positive results in the murder rate over the past 2 months, he is still not satisfied with more. He's not satisfied. And more work needs to be done. Trinidad and Tobago, keep in mind, Keith Scotland was in the Joint Select Committee. That questioned the Commissioner of Police. And after putting her on the spot, he moved from the JSC head to the minister in the Ministry of what? National Security. Yeah? So after questioning the Commissioner of Police, after putting her on the spot, after getting no good performance from her, you know what they do? They move he from a Joint Select Committee member and bring him into the minister in the Ministry of what? The Minister of National Security. The ministry. That's what you call performance, eh? Why? So he wouldn't question the Commissioner of Police again, but instead work next to her. For what? Lack of performance for TGPS is a disgrace and shame in Trinidad and Tobago. So when you all feel at Saieed, and I will continue saying this, when you all feel at Saieed come here to bash, it's not to bash. It's to hold you responsible for the portfolio that you have been given. To hold you responsible for the portfolio that you have set yourself up to take. I cannot hold you accountable for bread when your portfolio is putting in windshield in a car. How? How I can hold you accountable for bread? You ain't in charge of bread. You ain't in charge of putting on windscreen in car. So I will hold you accountable for that. Let's see why Real Talk growing. Let's see why Real Talk growing in finance. By next year, we'll be in about 4 different Caribbean countries. Just by telling you. 4. By November, December 2025, Real Talk will be doing business in Dubai. I'm telling all you. I know my weight, I know my strength, I know my power, I know my ability, I know my focus. Remember when I was telling all you, Hey, we're going to get legislation passed. We're going to get amendment passed. 11 legislation and amendment in 1 year. Or a year and a half. Remember that now? 11 in a year and a half. You know why? I did it. Stand up right here and tell her, now, watch me do it. We need leaders. Trinidad and Tobago right now have a set of they say, them say. The Prime Minister not even sure of what his political exposure is for 2025. And if you have a leader who cannot give you a prompt answer on Dr. Rowley, what you want to do for next year, well, I am not sure and that is not your business. Use the leader of Trinidad and Tobago, political party, 75 years old. Are you starting to get senile? I'm asking a question. I ain't judging, but I'm asking. Because if you okay with the finance minister making all those mistakes and money cannot be accounted for, how the hell you would be a leader of a country that governed 1.4 million people? If you're vexing around, but the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. You have your portfolio, I have mine. Cluggenbird have one who he ain't even sure what he's telling the people. And that's the problem. Cluggenbird ain't sure what he's telling the people. Overrun cost, original contract is 2.5 million US. 1 day after is 17.5 million US. So what we waiting for about 2 weeks to pass to get a different number again, and then we still have $3.4 billion unaccounted for. So what the hell is the minister's job exactly in the Ministry of Finance? To play the people of Trinidad and Tobago as puppets? Oh, let me just give a little heads up. If Minister of Finance was in China, trust me, they'll lock away, they'll put in a cell and lock the key and pelt away the key. Because I have seen, just about a month back, a minister was jailed for life in China. For what? Conspiracy. Conspiracy. In Trinidad, you lie 1 time, you lie 2 times, you lie 3 times, and we're going down. A lie, 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 lie. Imagine they make a parang song out of lie. So viewers, it's that time now where we have to say good night to you. But nevertheless, I will run this tomorrow, 11:30, and we'll be right back here with another live show, Real Talk with Saieed. Until